Ah, man, that was bad. What a waste. Man, that could have been really good. Still pretty solid. Man, that really could have gotten 0.1. A lot of things bugged me about my first run on this path. I don't regret anything about it. Like the last act, I may have abused exactly one extended hit window frame, but star power ended on the frame I hit the last act back end, so like, I can't complain, wouldn't take anything back about it. This is, what, 35 better? But yeah, I mean, that second act definitely had, even with that mediocre second phrase whammy, if I had a good act timing, I could have had 0.1 here. Well, probably not going to do this again. There's definitely no guarantee that I beat this score if I do, but just wanted a better upper bound run. At least no big obvious drops here, I guess, between the third and last acts, but yeah, just a bummer. Second act wasn't any better. Dude, you gotta be fucking kidding me. This were GH2, I'd probably go for reverse ticks there. Wow, I missed it anyway. Well, at least I didn't choke that one. That was 2 runs in a row I hit that first act. What the hell? And at least I think I've gotten the second act timing down. Man, how many ticks am I down after Act 1? Dude, I was like minus 20. Like, I don't even think I can make up that deficit. Well, I mean, probably like optimally I can, but not reasonably. But that's like not even something I can really control. So it sucks to throw away that 1 point, I guess, but I don't know if 0.1 is really feasible here. I feel like you just have to get lucky on Act 1 and then somehow hold it together for near perfect Act 2. It just seems like a total mess, and then obviously from there on as well. Fuck off. I have to get an entire other tick now. Dude, if I get this full thing, I'm gonna be 1 fucking point shy. Well, at least I don't have to have any regrets about choking that 95 pace earlier. 1 point record. That's amazing. Oh my god, you really had to miss a tick on the back end there. I don't know if I've ever gotten 3 PBs within 1 point of each other. Ah, man, that is very frustrating. Awful. I think I am 1 tick, 1 point shy. Yep, I knew it. Dude. Oh my god. I knew this would happen. Oh, okay. Well, guess I suck. Are you actually fucking kidding me? Missed a whammy. That was my best pace by so much. Fuck. Oh my god, I hate everything. Holy shit. Point 1 is done. Still a little peeved about that 106 potential run, but honestly, with how much shit can go wrong after Act 2, I gotta count my blessings that the second run on pace closed it out. Wow. So I'm pretty sure I had 64 coming out of Act 1, or the first act whammy. Same thing, I guess. Yeah, so that's minus 18 for that first act whammy, which means that the rest of this run was equivalent to my PB on the bigger squeeze path to tie Kegerman. That's crazy, dude. This is the same pace past Act 1 as that 106 potential run, but that was just an anomaly. That was the only time I've hit that first act upper bound with 70 in ticks. I've hit it with 67 a couple times. That doesn't really help in terms of grinding for point 1 because it's only 3 extra points. It doesn't give you any leniency in ticks. I'm not sure if I'm going to show it, but I had a run that was on pace for 99 due to that exact happenstance. But as for 68 and above, the only reason I would get 68 or 69 instead of 70 is from dropping a 1 or 2 times multiplier tick, just because it's really easy to drop ticks in the intro, which I have done. I might have hit the first act with 68, but regardless, I've had that coming out of the whammy quite a few times. And because ticks are so incredibly hard to come by on this path, particularly on Act 2, because you're activating over star power on a single sustain at a pretty modest tempo, and that's really the only place to feasibly gain ticks on this path. You might be... Does the upper bound get any on Act 4? Yeah, it does. Huh. It gets 2. Nearly Ideal gets 1. So I really shouldn't have given up on those runs that were within 1 tick. I'm not really sure why I did that. I do think it would be extremely difficult to get a tick off Act 4. Yeah, and then there's also the last act, but that last act also seems incredibly fickle to find any worthwhile ticks, because the adjustment that the Nearly Ideal uses gains nothing over the bigger squeeze path, so I don't even know why it bothers. The upper bound gets plus 8 from there. So yeah, this path is just very weird all around. At the very least, I can say pretty confidently it was very unlikely for me to find a tick on either of those 2 acts to close out any run not on pace past Act 2 or 3. That Act 3, I'm pretty sure I had quite a few frames of leniency this run. Yeah, 5 frames. Oh, that's how that 99 run died, yeah, the back end of Act 3. You can very easily lose a tick on the back end of there, especially while under these nerves. I guess this is all sort of connected. The upper bound half bar, I'm even 99.99% seems like a low ball in terms of certainty that the half bar is impossible in this game. It feels frame perfect in GH2, and you get probably 4 more frames of whammy. So yeah, I just cannot imagine it being possible here, unless whammy is just calculated differently in this game or something crazy. But yeah, pushing those phrases for Act 2 and 3 is really nerve-wracking on this kind of pace because of those small dynamic hit windows that separate the sustains. But man, it's just so crazy that on that 70 tick run past Act 1, I actually tied my PB for Act 2. Here, looks like star power definitely ended on the last frame of that Act 2 back-end sustain. I might have actually had a spare star power frame on the 70 run as well, which, wow. Now, that actually might not matter because you're activating over star power, losing 2 frames of star power per tick, so I actually don't think it would have resulted in another tick, but there's, I don't know, man, at least one more tick, maybe two on that act. And then, again, with the possibility of a tick on Act 4 and 5, it's just hard to tell what exactly is possible here. And also, unless I didn't keep this in from the earlier runs, it should be possible to actually get all of the ticks off Act 1. The execution for it would just be fucking ridiculous. You would have to strum on the first frame of the green star power sustains hit window, fret the green on the next frame, and then input a whammy. Essentially like you're whamming an insanely fast pull-off, which timing that would be a total nightmare, and that should still make the act possible by one frame. So on top of that, you would have to perform a frame perfect extended hit window act with that front end as well. Like, that is utter insanity. But yeah, with that, I could see upwards of 130 being possible here. But for not doing that batshit insane Act 1 and playing the rest of the path within, like, pretty optimized margins, this is a very, very good score here. And again, you know, it's the last milestone, I'm almost positive. Again, would have been really nice to close out that 106 run. That would have been a crazy score, but like I said before, with just how many things can go wrong after Act 2, what are you going to do? And that's the thing, too, about that is, like, that wasn't even in my mental stack for the things that can go wrong. You know, I'm focused on just getting enough early whammy. Again, those double strums that break the sustains are just really risky to push for early whammy to get enough to not drop any on the third act back end. But, you know, mainly I'm thinking about Acts 4 and 5, and to just lose the run to missing a whammy like that just added a new layer that thankfully I was just able to push through here. So very, very cool. Definitely done with this.